Alright guys, welcome back for another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over everything that came out in game for the Made for the Holidays Part 2 update. First things first, we got the new Rimuru. He is the master of maids, and his stats are heavily weighted towards defense, so don't expect this guy to carry you in a fight damage-wise. His ult is a single target wind physical attack, which is very good. It's actually very good for the wind conquest since it's going to deal 20% more damage against Charybdis because of the physical attack part. His first skill is Gift of Magic, which increases all allies' defense by 20% and all allies' max HP by 30%. Both of these effects last 3 turns. Already, he's a solid unit, definitely support. Defense buffs that last 2 to 3 turns are very good. And one thing about increasing max HP is that if you're not using a heal, then it doesn't really do anything. But if you are running a heal, you actually get 3 turns to get the added benefit from that. So that's actually kind of nice quality of life. It doesn't have to be the same turn. His skill 2 is Happiness Illuminate, which increases all allies' guard power by 15% for 1 turn, and increases solo skills damage until end of battle by 5%. So for this, if you notice, the skill doesn't do much if you aren't guarding. Like, it's nice to get the stacking bonus on the green souls, but if you're using a protection unit that doesn't increase your guard rate, then using this skill is like, it's like odd when the autoplay uses your free-to-play Shion's heal on turn 1. It just doesn't do anything other than increase damage, by 5% for the rest of the battle. So that's not the greatest. His character trait is crit rate up. So this says when affected by guard rate up, increases own crit rate by 7 up to 11% at the start of turn. Again, this isn't doing much unless you're using a protection character that increases your guard rate. I will say though, if you do have the free-to-play Shuna that is maxed out, put her as a support for this Rimuru, because she increases crit damage. Anyways, make sure that if you're using this unit and you have the dupes, you want to get this extra crit rate, you're using some way to get guard rate on this character. Overall, this character not having a converting skill paired with having defense weighted stats, this unit's not great in a vacuum and is probably like A tier, but in the team it was designed for, this unit's definitely S tier, right? If you're pulling for the win team, you want this Rimuru. It'll help you out a lot. Yeah, it'll definitely bump it up to S tier if you have all the wind units that have come out so far. And another thing about this is expect the Hero's Jubilee for wind to hit like a truck. With all these defensive units and the healing and the max HP, I'm expecting this wind boss to hit really hard. So keep that in mind. The developers seem to be creating these teams with a bottom-up approach, meaning they start with the idea for a protection character and then build battle characters around it to complement it. Anyways, moving on, the next thing we got was the Predator battles for the event. It's pretty easy. The boss does hit hard kind of early, like turn 1 or 2. You probably aren't going to have any bar left, but other than that, it's pretty easy. You can just bring any heal character. I like to use Soe because he converts the yellow souls to green and just works very well against this boss. You can do this up to 5 times a day. Definitely recommend doing that. Upgrading the skills in this game is very important, and the 2 predator missions that you get daily is just not enough, especially if you're like trying to use the units that if you're just trying to use a lot of different units, it's pretty bad, and I'm struggling a lot with getting skills up, so this is very helpful to have this come out. It's like a week earlier than the Dark one did, so that's pretty awesome. Next, we did get some limited missions for clearing the Predator missions all the way up to the Expert 3. I've already claimed those, and we also got some more Octogram emblems. Make sure you get these. All you have to do is raise your Shion's, your free-to-play Shion's battle skills up to max level, but I would recommend holding off on leveling it to max level right away. Maybe wait a week or two, because the Predator battle does give you specific upgrade skill enhancement materials for Shion, and they're kind of like a waste. You can sell them, but I'd recommend waiting like a week or two before actually doing that. And lastly, we did get an update to the event shop. We did get the enhancement materials that we saw last time. We also did get the 3-star food for for all 4 different sets of characters. This is amazing. Last time they just had one set, but make sure you get these. These are very cheap. It's pretty awesome. Food helps increase your character's stats. Like it's very important to feed your characters, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And then yeah, they didn't add anything else other than those 2 things to the shop. So that's the end of this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe to see any future videos. Have a nice day.